Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for another video. Today I am actually doing a scrapbook page. I am so excited. I was really inspired to do this scrapbook page by my husband and my daughter. They are great together. They were sitting here sharing some popcorn where at first they weren't sharing any popcorn. My husband actually was eating the popcorn, and then all of a sudden my daughter slipped in and ended up eating his popcorn. He gave her one, and then next thing I know, her hand was in the bag. So, and he laughed so hard about it. I knew what was going on the minute I saw her slip under that cover, but I was like, you have no idea what's about to happen. He was truly set up. And this is basically, that's the title of my page today, guys. And so here I am just using some more of those scraps that I have from my August hip kit. I think this is a pink fresh paper that I still have pieces of that I used in my last Project Life page. And then I also have some Jen Hatfield left from that home collection with these. That's Jen Hatfield, that one right there with that those dots on it. So basically, I'm just finding different papers to layer behind my photos and just pretty much set the foundation of this layout. It's been a while since I have done a layout. The last time I did a layout, I think, was my daughter's birthday or my son's 10th birthday. So basically, I've been doing a lot of Project Life ever since my December daily. I've just truly dived into the Project Life world. And so I really love Project Life because it focuses on our everyday, and I get to play with my scrapbook items a lot more. Basically, I was like an event type of scrapbooker, which means when something big happened, or a birthday happened, or a school event would happen, I would scrapbook about it. Or like holidays, Christmas, 4th of July, that type of stuff, I would scrapbook about it. So I really didn't get to play with my stuff as much as I do with my Project Life. With Project Life, every time I'm sitting at my desk and I have the photos printed, I'm doing something. I know you guys see it as in like me sitting at one sitting, but sometimes it's like days. Like sometimes I sit down one day and then I do the next day, then I do the next day. So it's like bits and pieces because, the kids are back and forth and I'm stopping and doing other things. So, yeah. So anyway, this layout actually took me a very long time to do. Since I'm a little bit rusty, I think like I said, the last layout I did was a while ago. So anyway, when I have photos like this and things happen, I really wanted to scrapbook this on a 12 by 12 so that I could put it in my daughter's album. And basically, I have this fox here. I thought this was so cute. It's a fox inside of the Wonder Pack, ephemera pack. And so I was able to use some dotted paper and put some eyes on the fox. But basically, in my journaling, I was saying how much he was a sneaky fox and how she ended up sneaking this popcorn from her dad. And I just love how their relationship that they have and how she's able to make him laugh like she does. And so I really enjoy these two here. I like to see how my daughter just melts his heart. The father daughter relationship is so hilarious to me. So anyway, here I'm adding more of that ephemera from the Wonder Kid, that love, that one, that felt love. I'm sorry, that felt heart. I really wanted to add that to the page, and I'm placing this ephemera pack here. I'm sorry, this ephemera here. It says special for today, and then I'm gonna add a puffy sticker on there, and then I'm gonna add another chipboard piece as well. This chipboard piece that I'm gonna add is it has on there happy. It is from American Craft, but I'm not sure what collection. I actually had this in a Tuesday morning bag, and I'm also going to use something else from that bag that I had on my desk, stashed away. So anyway, it has on there happy, and then I use one of those puffy stickers with flowers and leaves on it. And then now I'm just adding some adhesive to the back of that happy. And I do have the title smile there at the top. That is not the title I'm going to use, but that is my title placement. But that's not the title I'm going to use. I was thinking of using that, but then I decided not to. And then I wanted to use those jars of hearts, but I decided not to on that. And then I also pulled out of my stash my butterflies, my wood veneer butterflies. And here I thought that I wanted my visual triangle, and you see I'm pointing to it to go to the bottom, but actually, I'm sorry, to the right, but it's actually, I'm still going to move that love back into the center so that my visual triangle goes to the left, which is to the top of the page. It all depends on how you're watching it. I'm facing it, and since I'm facing it, it goes to the left for me, like to the left, to the top. So here I'm just using this tape adhesive. The tape adhesive, I'm going to blame the tape adhesive for the reason why it took so long for me to do this layout, because I had to literally I had to stick it on there, then peel everything off and stick it back on there. So I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta go and get me some more adhesive. I couldn't believe that I ran out of adhesive. I didn't have any. So here I'm playing with my wood veneer butterflies, though I have already inked the two at the top, so now I'm inking the two at the bottom, and then I'm gonna go ahead and place those right there next to the fox. Sometimes I love to use embellishments, and I do not mind using like my whole stack of embellishments on one page. I know that is crazy, but I will. And then I like enamel dots the same way, so I have to be very careful with my enamel dots not to overload my page. I love my pages to be a little more bulky and have a lot going on. I tried several times to use like white cardstock to start my layout this time, but it didn't work. So I ended up using a pattern piece of paper, and these papers I think are Pink Fresh. And see, I thought I was gonna put my butterfly there, but I decided not to. I know I leave it there, but then I'm gonna move it. I wanted to use that frame, but then that's a Jen Hatfield frame, and then I'm not going to use that because somehow I had Jen Hatfield stuff mixed in with this collection. I guess because of the colors. Because if you look at those flowers that I had at the top, those are the same colors as the Jen Hatfield home collection. Those are the same colors that are in there. So I'm assuming that's why I had these frames and some of her papers with this particular kit. I do that sometimes if I see something that looks the same or the same colors. I'll put those in the same baggie and keep them together. Here my title is Fancy Pants. It's actually a boys collection. This was also in my Tuesday morning bag that was on my desk. It is a nautical, I think. It had like all kinds of stripes, sailor boats, that type of lettering in there, but it also had these solid colors, and these solid colors went perfect with this Pink Fresh paper. It picked up a lot of the colors that are in the stripes and stuff that's on this paper. At first I thought I was gonna lay it like straight across, but then I decided that I wanted to stair step it. It is gonna be stair step. And then I just noticed that I'm moving this paper behind my title. I hope I added some adhesive. We'll see throughout the video. But now that I'm doing the voiceover and I see myself moving the paper, I'm gonna have to go back into my album and lift that paper up to make sure that I've added some adhesive on there, because I don't want somebody to pick up the album and then pieces fall off. And I've had to do that actually some adhesive that I possibly used in the past. Like I want to say, my kids picked up their 2008 album, her baby album. It was my daughter, and some of the stuff started coming off. And I look back at my videos that I made here when I made that layout, and I was using like a glue, um, like a Scott's glue stick, and that's what I figured out. Okay, I can't get that because they'll eventually it's gonna dry up and fall off. Here I'm adding a puffy sticker for my title. It has on there this. It had this, and then it had best day, the best day on this particular sticker pack. So I just took the this off of there, and I'm gonna get some. Right now I'm going through my stash of letters, getting some of those tiny letters. At first I was gonna use an American Craft one that had like flowers and stuff on it, but it really didn't match. So I got these, which is also fancy pens, and this is Trendsetter. And they had 3 different colors, and as you can see, these colors that they have on here really pick up the colors that are in the papers that I'm using. Also, I had pulled out my Simple Story stickers as well, but I'm not going to use those. And so it just has on there, this is a setup. And then I'm going to move this, the word this, I'm going to move it down. I noticed that it was in the corner too far, so I still want it to be a part of the title, so I'm going to move it closer to the S so that it can be included in the title. And now I'm just trying to figure out how to get that dot back on there and straighten up that dot. And now I'm going to add some paint. I'm shaking up my Heidi Swap, and this is just black, the black ink. And then I'm just gonna put a couple of dots on there. I try not to overdo this, because if you do, you can mess up, and I know I do. I mess up quite a few times. So anyway, I put the page there to make sure that I covered my photos, to protect my photos, and I did add the the paint splatters in 3 different places to, do my visual triangle. And then pretty much, guys, that's going to complete the page for me. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and you guys have a great day, and see you next time. Bye.